Hi, this is Sean Rupp of the BAD Multifamily Group at Marcus & Millichap, and welcome to our latest COVID-19 Multifamily Owners Report for the week of April 27, 2020. This report is focused on solutions and uplifting news in multifamily, medical, as well as a few lighter side of things updates. Our solutions section this week will cover tax provisions that can help your cash flow during these times. It's important to note that we are not accountants or attorneys, and these suggestions are for research purposes only. Always consult with your tax advisor, accountant, attorney, lender, and any other related advisors before taking any of these suggestions. As is the case with prior tax laws that come to be in a short time period, there is further guidance needed. The IRS put out some recent guidance, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered. Now that we've made our necessary disclaimers, let's talk about the interest limitation and bonus depreciation. 2019 and 2020 tax years under the CARES Act increases interest limitations to 50% of adjusted tax income for corporations and individuals. This is an increase of 20% since the 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act limited it to just 30%. Next, depreciation. The CARES Act redesignated QIP, or Qualified Improvement Properties, to 15 years, in essence, making it eligible for 100% bonus depreciation. This change is retroactive to 2018, but may be more valuable to owners than taking the Real Property Trades or Businesses, or RPTOB, election in 2018. Revocation of the RPTOB Revenue Procedure 2020-22 issued by the IRS a few weeks ago allows you to revoke your RPTOB status with an amended return, allowing you to take 100% bonus depreciation on the QIP and revoke the election of RPTOB at the same time. Net operating losses, NOL. The CARES Act allows corporations the ability to carry back NOLs from 2018 to 2020 for 5 years. The provisions above for Procedure 2020-22 may amplify or create NOLs from what was previously reported. Note, corporate tax return in 2019 is 21% versus the carryback years of 2013 to 2017, which are 35%. Quick Refund IRS Notice 2020-26 allows corporations to use Form 1139 to carry back 2018 with a quick refund and a limited IRS review, and extends the due date for these forms to June 30th, 2020. Amended partnership returns. IRS Procedure 2020-23 allows an eligible partnership to file an amended Form 1065 and provide a Schedule K-1 to each partner. In the event you're taking bonus depreciation or any of the other recent changes, you may have to amend each partner's various forms, such as K-1s. Now that we've finished with our solution section, let's start with the multifamily sector's uplifting news. The National Multifamily Housing Council has updated their report of economic occupancy to reflect much higher numbers, similar to what we were reporting from our own survey. While they initially said 1 out of 3 renters didn't pay rent, that number shrank down to as little as 11% in the following weeks when all the data was present. This is only 5% worse than the same period last year, and 95% of collections the prior month. While April multifamily collection numbers were a pleasant surprise, May will come with some additional challenges. We put together a graphic for landlords to show tenants who are electing not to pay out of principal. This graphic illustrates to tenants how little profit goes to a landlord out of total rent and can be a useful aid for landlords when dealing with tenants this week and next. This, along with our other video on rent negotiations, can be found at badmultifamily.com in our research reports section under COVID-19. Freddie Mac increased the forbearance program for borrowers and renters to align it with the multifamily provisions of the CARES Act. The update now pushes the forbearance to December 31st instead of the original expiration of August 31st of this year. These revised rules do not allow a borrower to evict, give notice, or start an eviction for a lack of payment during this period, or charge late fees or penalties. While this extension will be helpful to landlords with these loans, the update also included a provision that renters no longer need to demonstrate COVID-19 related hardships to qualify. Not to sound like a broken record, but always speak with your attorney, accountant, lender, and any other related parties before implementing any of these suggestions. Some landlords and property managers have set up tenant assistant programs in their offices, helping tenants get any government assistance they may qualify for. This is something we would recommend talking with your property manager about doing if it's feasible for your property. And now an update for medical uplifting news. According to a report from Goldman Sachs, there are 120 potential treatments being investigated, 50 in clinical trials, 15 to enter human trials by summer, and they are hopeful we'll have something available within 4 to 6 months. And dogs are joining the fight against the virus by learning to identify the smell of those carrying it. A New Orleans hospital celebrated its 1,500 COVID-19 patient discharge, and Italy's daily recovery surpassed new cases for the first time since the outbreak began. And finally, in the lighter side and people helping people side of things, St. Paul Distillery is now giving away hand sanitizer to anyone who wants it. And more than 40 employees who lived at their plant for 28 days to make material to protect healthcare workers have gone home to their families. A few weeks ago, there were reports of dairy farmers literally pouring thousands of gallons of milk down the drain because demand had slowed so heavily. This week, Publix responded and is buying excess milk and produce from farmers and donating it to food banks. Nextdoor and Walmart have launched Neighbors Helping Neighbors, allowing vulnerable users to get shopping help from neighbors planning a Walmart trip. This could be especially helpful to those elderly and high-risk tenants in apartment complexes with lots of nearby neighbors. Koalas injured in Australia bushfires were re-released into the wild this week. And finally, you won't have to go through a maze of household goods or wait until the quarantine lifts to enjoy IKEA's famous meatballs and cream sauce. They released their recipes online for the masses last week. Thank you all once more for tuning into the Bad Multifamily COVID-19 update. We hope you're all safe and healthy and have a great week. As always, don't hesitate to reach out to any of my team members for ideas, solutions, or anything else we can be of assistance with at this time. As always, you can reach us at badmultifamily.com. Thank you.